expressions I say. Wow! Oops! Ha ha ha! Guess where you can hear these sounds? I heard them while I was watching the circus. It was the most interesting show I've ever seen. I always wanted to go to a circus because I thought it would be a fun ride like the Vikings, the Timbers roller coasters, or the bumper cars at Everland. When I saw the circus tent, I realized that circuses are different than what I had imagined. Have you been to the circus before? If you have not been, let me tell you that it is really fun. I was curious what mysterious things were waiting for me inside. I desperately wanted to run into the tent, but I needed a ticket first. Around 3:50 p.m., my family and I went to the ticket office. We bought 2 children tickets and 2 adult tickets. After that, my little sister and I heard the voice of a carnival worker. He was shouting out, "Only $3 for a candy floss! Buy it! Buy it!" It looked awesome. I bought a blue one for myself and a pink one for my little sister. We finally entered the circus with a candy floss in one hand and a ticket in the other. It was a bit disappointing at first because the tent was much smaller than I had thought. Plus, we sat in the wrong seat until someone came to us and said, "These are not your seats, so move." I was pretty scared at that moment. We found our seats and waited for the show to start. Whoa! Suddenly, a man threw a girl and she was flying. Wow! The crowds were shouting. Loud fun music was playing while people wearing funny outfits were flipping through each other and spinning everywhere. I couldn't close my eyes for a second. And when the motorcycles flew into the huge sphere, I was horrified and screamed, "They're going to crash! They're going to fall! Ah! I can't watch! It's too horrible!" That was the craziest thing I've ever seen. We were all very excited and shouted until the last moment. I recommend you go to the circus to feel the breeze of the most interesting show in the world. Thank you for listening.
Hello everyone, my name is Ma Ji Young in 6th grade. I like penguins because they are so cute, but I heard the sad news about them on TV documentary. They are dying in Antarctica with no reason. Even they let their eggs go and don't care for their babies anymore. In addition to dying penguins, polar bears are also dying or starving in the Arctic. As you know, the polar bear is the very top of the food chain. So no wonder that the reef of polar bear might be the same with the reef of humanity. I know the Earth is getting hotter and hotter every year. It is called the global warming, which might cause of these dying penguins and polar bears. The main reason of this global warming is greenhouse gases due to using fossil fuels. The greenhouse effect confines heat of the sun into the atmosphere. As a result, the transfer rate makes the Earth's temperature increase. So, who do you think is responsible for this global warming? The answer is ourselves, you and me. Then we have to solve this problem before it is too late. First and foremost, we have to prevent water pollution because it makes all the species on the earth exert direct damage to biological. So we must not dump on the street and the river. Second, we can do recycling. Recycling is to use things that already have been used. If we recycle paper, we can save a lot of trees. It is important to recycle to protect the earth. Recycling is not difficult. We have to do this all the time. Third, we have to try to reduce using fossil oils. For that, we can use public transportations or bicycle rather than prevent cars. By doing so, we could protect not only penguins and polar bears and other animals, but all humankind. I would like to assure you once again that it's always our responsibilities to save and protect our planet, the Earth. Thanks for listening to my story.
Hello everyone, my name is Julie. I'm going to talk about smartphones. Nowadays, most people use smartphones. Some people use smartphones just for calling and other use is just for fun. Smartphones have many good things. It has many functions such as maps, GPS, messages, cameras, internet, music, and so on. Also, it has more battery than any other mobiles. If you use smartphone very well, it can be helpful. But if you overuse it, it can be very dangerous. There is a saying that smartphone is the third most dangerous toy. When people get stressed, they play with smartphone. This can have a bad influence on our health. For example, there is KakaoTalk. Recently, someone died by using KakaoTalk. When a woman did a group chatting with her friend, she was treated as an outcast so much that she died of it. It is really serious problem now. We shouldn't use like that. The second problem is some disease related to smartphones. It is called smartphone syndrome. It can only fix with therapeutic exercise. But if you don't overuse a smartphone, you can fix it. The wrong use of smartphone can be a misfortune in the future. There are some ways to avoid smartphone syndrome. First, don't put your smartphone on your head when you sleep. Second, talk with your family and your friends instead of using smartphone. Third, make a plan. For example, write when you use a smartphone how long you can use it. Finally, put your smartphone in the living room while you study. I'm doing it now. I don't play games while I'm studying and put my cell phone in the living room. Sometimes it makes me very angry and annoyed, but putting a smartphone in the living room is not always bad. I know smartphone is very fun and exciting thing to us, but we should use smartphone in a good way. That's it. Thank you for listening.
Hello everyone. Today I want to talk about the things that I want to do before I graduate. Before presentation, I will introduce myself briefly. My name is Yoon Si-yoon and I go to Samang Elementary School. I'm in 6th grade. Now I will start my presentation. There are lots of things that I want to do before graduation. First, I want to be a student president because I want to know what a student president is and also it is helpful and it looks cool. And many people said to me that they will help me to be a student president. Second, I want to make another hobby. My hobby is playing soccer now, but I want to start reading books or doing some studies. Because I know it is hard, but I will do my best. And if I make them as my hobbies, then I can be smarter. And I think it's okay to do such work like that because I play soccer, so my fitness is fine. Third, I want to make more friends. Make more friends and deepen my friendship with my best friends. Because although I'm in 6th grade, there are some friends that I don't know and don't know me. Before I graduate, I will make all of them to my friends. And I can improve my sociality and friendship with my friends so that I can be sociable in the community society. And if I improve my friendship with my best friends, then maybe I can understand them more and know a lot about them. And each of us will understand each other and help. Fourth, I want to travel somewhere, especially abroad. There are lots of famous and popular places that I want to go. I really want to go to Paris and Eiffel Tower. Do you know the inspiration behind the Eiffel Tower? It was based on the top of the thigh bone. It was designed to stand our weight. So Eiffel Tower could stand against the strong winds. And I want to go to Everland because I have never went there because of my parents. They always delayed and canceled it for some reasons. I was really angry and angry. But in this summer vacation, I want to go there and play and ride some rides. And if possible, I want to go to Caribbean Bay and play and forget heat. And I know this is a Halloween dream because I don't have enough money to go to Paris. But I will prepare a lot and earn lots of money to go to Paris with my family in the future. And I will do my best to achieve my goals. Thank you for listening to my presentation. Have a nice day.
Hello everyone. I would like to speak today about English. Specifically, why do we have to learn to read, write, and speak English. But let me begin by introducing myself. My name is Chang Hae-soo, and I am in the 6th grade at Kyode Busan Elementary School. This is such a common question that many foreign teachers also ask it, and most students answer, it's the international language, or English will help us get a good job in the future. Both those are facts of life and good reasons, but there are some other reasons too. One is, all of the students here today don't really know for certain what job they want in the future. So, by learning English, we can give open more opportunities. It would be very sad to realize that the job you really want to do is English, and you didn't study it well. Second, we really have an excellent chance to learn English, because there are so many English teachers in Korea. Spanish is a pretty large international language too, but it's hard to find a Spanish teacher here. So, really learning English is just taking advantage of all the efforts our government is making. Third is a personal reason. I would really like to travel one day. Right now, I think I would love to live in Sweden. So, how can I talk to people there? I don't know Swedish. Well, almost everyone in Sweden speaks English. So in closing, the answers to why English are your future choices for a job are more open with so many English teachers. And if you want to travel or live in another country, English will allow you to communicate. I hope you enjoyed my speech. Thank you.
Hello everyone, nice to meet you. I'm in Hangzhou Elementary School. I'm 5th grade in 4th class. My name is Hyun Seo Kim. My English name is Naomi. I will tell you about my family. My family members is father, mother, brother, and me. There are 4 people in my family. First, my father. My father is very generous and gentle. He's so nice to me. He is half of my family. So, my family gives him a big hug when he came home. I respect my father. Second, my mother. She is kind to everyone, but sometimes she is strict. She is good at cooking and we call her chef. After I play with my friend, I'm tired. But when I eat my mother's food, I can get energy. I love my mother very much. Third, my brother. My brother is 12 years old. He is good at soccer. He is perfect. And he is practically good everyone, so he has many good friends. But sometimes he is troublemaker. Last, me. I am 12 years old. Me and my brothers are twins. My hobby is reading books, and I want to be a famous writer. My favorite book is Harry Potter. All of other people say I'm bored and funny. My family have different hobbies, but we have common. First, we like take a trip. Second, we like eat delicious food. Sometimes there are random people in the restaurant. But that's why we feel food is more delicious. I think we understand and love each other through some trip. So, my families are very happy. How about my family? Isn't weaker? I'm lucky to have such a great family. Thank you for listening.
Hello everyone, my name is Jae Kim. I'm 12 years old. I'm Obama Elementary School student. My dream is to be a soccer agent or a scientist. My topic is a test. The reason I chose this topic is first, a few days ago, we had a test. People don't know why they had to take the test. They said that we just had to take the test. The reason to take the test is simple. It's just to evaluate our ability sometimes. But some people just stick to their test score, they cheat each other. Even a few people try to find test papers before the test. I think this situation happens because of their parents. Our parents always trust us to be perfect or punish us for our score. I think this prejudice is unfair. That's why people make mistakes or do bad behaviors. And either cheating or punishment is bad, but punishment is worse. And second,
technology will go away with the water, then how can we get high score on the test? First, eat chocolates or candies. It's good for our blood circulation and give energy to brain. And before the test, sleep enough. We have to sleep enough to control our condition. And if you eat something done in meat, after eating meat, our stomach can be very sick, so our concentration will reduce it. And finally, I will give advice for children. Children are relaxed. They play outside every time. But if you do study at that time, you get many things. The sweat from play, it will be the sadness tear from sadness. But studying is not everything of the life. But if you don't study, you can't do anything. This is the end of my story. Thank you for listening to my story.
Hello, my name is Clara, and I would like to talk about if I were the president. One day it came across my mind suddenly, if I were the president, what would I do for my people and country? Since then, I kept asking myself this question, and I thought about the things that I would like to do. The first thing I would do is to make a rule about smartphones. Of course, smartphones are very valuable, but for students who are studying, smartphones are not good, especially when students are using their cell phones for playing games instead of using it to improve their knowledge. In this case, smartphones should not be allowed inside the classroom. Second, I would like to make my country a better place for children. These days, Korean society is changing from a family with many children to a family with a few children or no children at all. So I would make a law giving free lunch meal to all students, including the facilities for raising children and helping families with many children. I think children are important because they will lead our nation and decide what is good for our country. Lastly, I would like to improve the social welfare of my country. There are many people who are in need. If we help each other, I think our country will be a good place for everyone. Thank you for listening.
My name is Oh Seung Ha, and I'm in the 6th grade in Cheongwon Elementary School. Here, I would like to talk about my dream, which I had since I was a kid. Before I begin, I want to appreciate you coming. I hope you enjoy my speech. All of the people have their own dream, and I do too. I really want to be a diplomat with a big vision in my heart. I wanted that I can serve the whole world and pray for everyone on earth. In an effort to do so, I tried to watch the domestic news as well as the world news, and then found the country with hot issues on the map, such as Haiti, which is located in North America, still suffering from terrible effects of earthquake occurring many years ago. We can see that many celebrities from around the world go to the country and then as a word and promoting campaign for lots of volunteers. I also want to find out something I can do to relieve Haiti's people light of their life. If I have authorization to do the project, I really want to establish a school in Africa. As we all know, many students can go to school because of lack of the money. Among the other things, I really want to be highly qualified and efficient and resourceful diplomat in many ways. I once read an article that diplomat is expert in diplomacy, not a language. Expecting anything else would be unreasonable, but I'm confident that it serves Korea well to have their own feudal language. Making use of them, all hard and delicate negotiations can be done in an appropriate way. Do I have to study English hard, right?
So I studied Korean and English enthusiastically to address the complicated international matters in the future. By means of them, I remind myself of Ban Ki-moon. In fact, Ban became more than just a diplomat, I remind myself of Ban Ki-moon. In fact, Ban became more than just a diplomat. In 2006, he was elected as the 8th Secretary General of the United Nations and wrote a book called Study Like a Fool, Dream Like a Genius, whose title was sort of a powerful code to me to dream my future. I love traveling and meeting new people. By systematically organizing and preparing myself, I'm eager to improve my overall ability and meet the qualifications for a diplomat. Are you ready to come with me to Ban Ki-moon? I know I have to go a long way, but if somebody asks me what my dream is, I'll say, my dream is a diplomat without hesitations. Someday I'll work in UN working for the world peace and the safety of the world. You bet I can make it, don't you? I'll keep dreaming until I achieve my goal with somebody and sound mind. Thank you for listening.
Hello everyone, my name is Dong Kyung Lee. I'd like to tell you about my special friend. In my 4th grade, I was just an ordinary kid who didn't have this kind of special friend. My father was a teacher of another class in the same grade, so I could make friends with many students in father's class. One day, I thought I'd probably one of the girls in my father's class. After school, I played a lot with her. She was not only pretty, but also super nice. Even if I was somewhat unfair, she always smiled at me. On weekends, we had taken a lot of trips together to many different places because my father took us on vacations. We talked, giggled, and played many games together. One day, I was in my father's classroom after school, and she gave me a chocolate box. She made the chocolate because she was moving to Seoul the very next day. I was the only boy who got a handmade chocolate box for her. Hooray! But at the same time, I was very sad thinking she was leaving soon. But my father was only saying that we could meet and play on every vacation. After she left, I missed her so much, so I waited for vacation. I waited and waited. Finally, vacation came. On the first day of the vacation, I took a train to see her in Seoul. I felt like I was on a fantasy train. Finally, when I saw her, my face was full of smiles and happiness. We went to many places, like Road and Tanzania. I think I'm a really lucky boy to have her as my special friend. Thank you all for listening. So far, it was TK the boyfriend.